All right, so new video. It's going to be another rejection block video. You guys seem to like the last one, except for a couple of you actually leaving some nasty hate comments, which I don't really give a shit because you guys were like, this is not how ICT teaches rejection blocks. Bro, I don't give a shit how ICT teaches rejection blocks. I'm not ICT. I don't trade like ICT. I trade his concepts, but I don't like you guys act like ICT is like the be all end all. Like you can tweak that stuff and make it more like your style. It's not that deep. So let's get into it. This is actually going to be a trade breakdown, a rejection block that I would usually use. This was a London session rejection block, so not something that I usually go for, but I was busy during New York AM that day, so I had to kind of smack a London trade, which happens. Perks of being a trader. You can kind of choose when you want to work. So, not going to bore you guys too much. Let's get into the charts. So this is July 1st, and it is actually off of a 1 hour level. So first of all, I was bearish in this particular scenario. The reason was there's a couple of things you have to understand that is like fundamental to the way I trade about bias, and it was this new week opening gap down here. You can see this is completely unfilled, so I was really confident that we were going to go down here. That's pretty much like unfilled new week opening gaps are super powerful. So in terms of bias and confluences, I don't really need much more if we have that. So that was pretty much like I was itching to take a trade because we had that unfilled gap. So anyways, entry wise, we have a couple 1 hour FEGs right here, couple fair value gaps, sell side imbalances. Now, why did I not short off of this one? It's because when there are two like this, we can see this one is actually pretty you're shorting in deep discount, which is not great. This one is more of a premium level. That's kind of what I like to base my levels off of, is like premium versus discount. You kind of want to be on the right side. If we tap into this and we get like a little reaction down, that is usually a manipulation move, and we're gonna come up, tap this higher premium PD rate, and then make the actual move. So 1 hour chart, we can see this big wick rejecting. Obviously, also something you guys were confused about is this now a rejection block? And the answer is no. Technically, it's not a rejection block until this candle closes, right? This is a bearish candle. Also, some of you guys were like on my ass in the comments, like, no, the rejection block is the top bullish close. Like, dude, I don't care. I don't give a fuck, right? To me, it makes sense that this is a rejection block when the candle closes bearish, because that's going to give me some actual bearish confirmation. It ain't that deep. That's just how I like to do it. I'm teaching you guys how I like to do it. And to me, that makes more sense. ICT might teach it with it being the last up close candle. I don't really care. Okay. So after that, I'm doing this in replay, by the way, because if I change time frames and it's not in replay, it's going to go all over the place. So I'm going to show you the trade execution. By the way, you guys should see my setup right now. This is looking so fucking stupid. I put my phone in the toaster, and the phone is actually my camera. I don't have a streaming camera yet because I don't really stream like that. So my phone is currently in my toaster with my charging cable in there. Probably not the best idea I've ever had, but it just looks funny. Anyways, this is the 1 hour gap that we tapped into, right? And then we get a little 5-minute rejection block up here. Not really expecting us to go that deep. This is even beyond the 0.79 on the fib. I use the fib a lot to validify entries and to see kind of like where my entries should be based around. And in this case, that rejection block up there, kind of too premium for me. So I did not take that. This, however, was going to be my initial entry, but I was kind of slacking. I had a girl over. She's my girlfriend now. It's cool. It's cool. But I was kind of slacking. Was not really eye on the charts that deep. So I missed that first entry. So you can see we sweep out this high, which is kind of like I like that as a manipulation move, right? Because I want this to hold. Whatever happens between here and here, I don't really care. Like it can manipulate. It can do whatever. My stop loss would have been above here, right? You could have done a stop loss above here, that would have been like a 3 point stop. Um, Not something that I really like to do anymore because I like to play it a little bit more safe. I like to combine my high RR with a high win rate. So, 3 point stop, not something that I do very often anymore. I used to do that when I was broke because I couldn't handle losses. So I would do like two, 3 point stops at the very specific level, and it would actually hold a lot of times. So that's kind of what I based my trading off of. I would get so mad when I took a big loss. Like if my loss was bigger than like $200, I would tweak out. I would revenge trade. I would do all this. So yeah, I remember I used to do like anything between like 2 to 10 point stops was like 10 point was like the absolute max. Not only I don't really care. I want to be on side with the market, like shooting for higher probabilities. So after I missed my first entry, I see this is probably where I got back on the charts, and I was like, shit, I missed my entry. So I came back, and then we put in another rejection block after we actually sweep out this high. I was like, cool, that's a good manipulation move. So I just put a limit right at that level right there at, yeah, like 40, 47, something like that. And then I did put my stop loss above this in that case because we already manipulated. If we go back up above this high again, and I'm in that trade, not really something I want to see play out. It just doesn't kind of make sense to me because we already have a manipulation move internally. So I just do my little 1 to 3, and yeah, played out pretty nicely. Again, you don't have to super overcomplicate trading. It can be pretty simple. Like this is not rocket science. We have a 1 hour level, reject off of there, put in a huge 1 hour wick, and then we can get a 5 minute entry trigger off of that actual level. So please don't think you have to learn some crazy super enigma bullshit. Um, if you want to criticize how I trade, go for it, but you can suck on my fucking bank account, bro. I don't give a shit. Trading is not about being right about the technicals. It's about making money at the end of the day. You guys have egos. You just have to drop that shit, bro. Like, also, some of you guys were like calling me a fraud because I have a video course. Like, bro, it's $315. That's like 16 points on NQ with a mini. So like, you can make all these excuses. You can make all these assumptions. Like, whatever, bro. I don't care. Get on with your life. Make some money trading. If you don't want to watch my content, then go somewhere else. I'm doing this because you guys asked me to do it for free. I'm here doing it for free, right? It's not that deep. Like, this is just I think I used like 4 confluences, right? I have the new week opening gap for the bias. We have that huge fair value gap that I can use as a confluence. And then we put in a rejection block, use some fibs, look at where everything lines up, what makes sense, right? Manipulation, read the manipulation. If you haven't, I did post a Instagram video about this. No, it's not this trade. It was another trade that I took last week, about finding the correct manipulation legs, which is really a lot about just common sense and thinking about, okay, where is the actual liquidity, um, and what do we want to see and not see in the leg that we are actually entering off of. So You can probably find that on my Instagram. I can make a YouTube video about that as well. I'll probably get deeper into like bias stuff because I feel like that's what most of you guys are struggling with. Um, like the discretionary part about trading, because the mechanical part is actually pretty easy. So um, yeah, I feel like discretionary parts and psychology part is like what you guys are struggling the most with. But yeah. Anyways, that was pretty much it. Uh, 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 um. So if you guys like this video, don't really do anything. I don't need you to do fucking anything. Just rewatch it if you didn't understand. Just realize that trading is not about just technicals. You have to lock in like mentally. You have to have the discipline, the self-awareness, identify what your flaws are, actually write down your feelings throughout the trades, and like go take it to a deeper level. It's not trading is not like surface level mentality. It's very deep. You have to do actual deep work into your own brain. Like you have to pick your brain a little bit, a lot actually, and then combine that with discipline, and you can make some fucking nasty amounts of money. So yeah, thanks for watching, I guess, and stay tuned for more videos.